Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be stuffing my cash envelopes and sinking funds for the first week of September. I have my personal size binder and wallet and my cash and my breakdown off to the side. So let's hop right into it. I'm gonna take this out of the way. We have a total of 187 that we're working with for today. We have a lot of ones. That's because I'm going to be trying something a little bit different for this month, so why not share it with you guys. Okay, so we have all the money laid out, and I'm going to start with the envelopes that I keep in my binder. Here right up front is my business envelope, which is just my savings. I'm saving around 5% of what I make in here because I do want to save for some equipment for the shop, like my own Cricut machine and a Dymo label maker. So we have 82 and I'm adding 13, so I'm gonna actually put these two and then just grab 15. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 95. I have a long way to go, but this, I'm building it up every time I get paid, so it's definitely building up quicker than I thought. So we have 95. For tithe, I'm putting in 25. I still have August in there because I forgot to take it with me last Sunday since we had a drive-in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So putting 25. I'm just gonna put it in the front of this just to kind of separate the two. And these are all my bills, so these get paid from my hourly paycheck, so we're not going to be stuffing those today. But now going into the sinking funds, we have car. I put in fresh trackers so that I'm able to know what the starting balance for the month is. So I have 155 in total. I have some online in my sinking funds savings account, and then I have some of it in cash, just because I kind of redistributed my sinking funds money and based on what I felt was a priority. So we're going to be adding 20. So in total we're going to have 175, but in cash I have 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 30, 132. So we have 132 in cash. I'll do the trackers on my own time. Christmas, we're going to be putting 25. And same thing, we only have 45 in cash, but we now have 190 in total. Okay, for Michael, we're going to be putting 1. And now we're at 19. One thing that I'm doing differently that I've seen, I believe, is the planning dancer start, and I've seen a couple other YouTubers and a couple other budgeters is adding $1 in the rest of their sinking funds, just so that you're adding something. Just because previously I've gone months without adding anything into my sinking funds, and even if I could just add $1 every time I get paid, at the end of the month I'll have $4 in that sinking fund that I didn't have the previous month. So that's why I have so many ones, and I'm going to be doing that. So same thing for medical, we're going to be adding $1, so we now have 52. Birthdays, we're going to be adding $1. This has not gotten anything in a long time, and it's empty, so kind of wish I started adding the $1 sooner so I could have had something, but we're starting today, and that's what matters. So for travel, we're going to be adding $1, and that brings us to 11. And now for shopping, so this is technically my I'm right now focusing on saving up to buy clothing for the new season. I do live in an area where we experience fall and winter, so I kind of, on the back of my tracker, I've been making a list of the stuff that I need from between work and just in general, like stuff that I would want to have for the colder months. So I currently have 15 and I'm going to be adding 10. So we now have 25. Okay. School, same thing, I'm going to be adding 1. I have like a small little list as well. I feel like that's a smart thing for me to do, is to write on the back of the tracker what I actually plan to use this money for, or what I would need, so that when I actually do have a good amount of money in here to use for that category, I remember what I needed and what I was saving for. This is new, pretty self-explanatory. It's not a top priority because I'm only going to be adding $1 for a couple, for like this month and probably a couple more months. But it is something that I do want to be mindful of, that it is in the near future. And even if I could just contribute $1 a week, like I mentioned, by the end of the month I have $4 going towards my move out category that I didn't have at the beginning of the month. Okay, so this one's a little bit different. I kind of am still trying to figure out what challenge exactly I want to do. But one of my friends, she actually sent me something today on Instagram, and I took a screenshot of it that I want to try to do. I don't think I'm going to realistically be able to save $900, but I do want to see how many of these I can actually, I guess, mark off that I was able to save. So it's currently the 2nd, and for day 1 you have to save $2, for day 2 $4. So we're going to be doing that. So this is technically day 1. Day 2. Okay, so I'm putting that here. Alright, and I believe that stuffs all of my sinking funds. We now have to go into my cash envelopes that I keep in my wallet. I have a mix of, for this month, dividers and minis. I've never actually used my minis. I've used my minis when I've used like a clutch or a fanny pack and I want to carry like 1 or 2 categories with me. I'll use minis, but I actually made these because I wanted to kind of use a little bit of everything that I offer in the shop, from my envelopes to the zip pouches to the dividers to the minis. So, and it's all kind of in the blush category, if you didn't catch. So we're gonna start off with my dividers. So for gas, we're gonna be putting 20. For food, we're gonna do 15. Fun. And then groceries is gonna get 10. My little mini one. So I ended up changing my mind. So instead of putting 5 and 5, I'm not gonna give myself any personal money for this week. And now just put 10 in groceries. So we're gonna do 10 in groceries. And I'm gonna actually do 10 in fun. So we'll do 10 in fun. Kind of adjusting as I go, but I'm actually liking these balances better. And then personal won't be getting anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So with that 9, 6 of it is going into challenge for day 3. I'm kind of just gonna do it now since I have the money for it. So for tomorrow, I'll be all set. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 12. And then with these 3, I'm just gonna add dollars to different sinking funds. So I can add $1 in my account, because why not? That brings us up to 20. I'm gonna put $1 in birthdays, and where do I want that last dollar to go? We'll put it in car. And the reason why I technically had $9 left over is because I technically allocated $13 to go towards my savings, but then when I received this, to give it a try, I technically only needed to put aside 6 out of the 13, so I ended up with 7. And then I had a couple dollars left over from last month in my cash envelopes. It was literally just a couple bucks that I didn't really do anything with, so I decided to just throw them into some of my singing funds, which was the remaining. So I'm really happy with the first week of September. That concludes our cash stuffing video for this week. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.